This story ends with a kid getting kicked by his coach. Hi, I'm Dave Ruby, and the story is probably not going the way you think it's going, um, but I have had the luxury of working with some wonderfully gifted and very, very fun student athletes. And this story is about a wrestler I worked with a few years ago now, and about helping him deal with performance anxiety. Now, the bullseye, or rather the dart, is a bit of an analogy because hypnosis often is like throwing a dart at a dartboard. You are trying to get a certain target, and that's essentially your goal. You want to achieve a certain result. Very specific, often very pinpointed. But often what you get is something that's that and much more. So back to the story. Um, I saw this student because he was having some issues with being anxious about wrestling, about his matches. And we'll say that this is a very, very gifted athlete. He was very, he obviously put a lot of time in the gym, very strong, very athletic looking, very coachable apparently, very nice kid, very enjoyable, and very successful as well. But he wanted to improve because he would get to his matches and be exhausted. Why? Because he spent a lot of time wasted on worrying about what ifs. He would go over all these different scenarios in his head, and he basically was so worked up about it that even though he'd win a lot and he was very, very talented, very skilled, it was a lot of wasted energy, and he was not really mentally in the place he wanted to be in. Now, he was also very gifted and very good hypnotic subject, again, very coachable, and just he was a really fun client. So I felt very good. He did hypnosis very well. He responded very well. And after the session, he seemed like he was much more relaxed. And it was one of those sessions where you walk out, you're feeling really good. And he seemed like he was very, very positive about it as well. Fast forward to a week, and he was radically different. And I don't want to take all the credit because, again, he did a lot of the work himself. But he was amazingly calm. And so I asked about how did your tournament go last week? He had a match or a tournament, I forget which. But during one of the times between matches, he had some downtime, and where before he would have been pacing and just wasting all this energy, he laid down and took a nap, right? And this is where we get back to the coach. His coach actually had to go and gently kick him, nudge him is probably a better way to put it, but it makes for a better story. But he had to kind of gently kick him awake and your match is in 10 minutes. You want to get up and go. So he got his result. And there's a message there that hypnosis can do amazing things. But it's much more than that, because what he hadn't told us and we were unaware of was that wasn't just anxiety around wrestling. It was anxiety around school and homework and his girlfriend and family and everything else. Now, I can't guarantee that everyone that sees me or any other hypnotist will have those same results. But where he wanted something, asked for something very precise, he wanted to have less anxiety around wrestling, he wanted to be more relaxed and be in a better peak performance state. Well, in essence, he got that, and it generalized to a much larger portion of his life. In fact, it generalized to life in general, so to speak. So basically, this is a way to hopefully inspire people who are looking into hypnosis to be aware that you may have your goals, but you may get more than that. And since I know some hypnotist friends of mine that watch this, when you have clients, be aware they may come to you for one thing and you may target that very precisely. Don't be surprised if that becomes something much larger. As one of my coaches, John Overdurf, says, you never know how far a change will go. And I think there are lots of examples of that out there. So, if you have any questions or comments, then please leave them in the comments below. But thanks for watching.